All right, welcome everyone back to our regularly scheduled Honkai Star Rail Sunday. And we are warming up with the story of Hyacinth and Cypher. And we have what looks like Aquila, which that is terrifying. I have done my relic chasing. It's not Cavern of Corrosions. The weekly boss monsters where you can fight them 3 times, and this is available. So obviously this fight is here once you get there in the storyline. And then of course we have Legend of the Galactic Baseballer Demon King is available, and it's got a bunch of different rewards. Surprisingly, you can do it now. You don't have to get through the whole main story quest to be able to get it. And then Apocalyptic Shadow has reset for this season. You can see I'm getting really close to finally being able to complete one of these. I'm very excited about that. We may start actually with the Baseballer just to see what that's about, since you actually do have access to it already. And then of course there are the Twitch drops are available if you would like them. What else? Oh yes, let's show you my achievement I just got because I was grinding right before this stream. I have done Cavern of Corrosion apparently 800 times. So we are almost done with Glory of the Unyielding. We just have to get some more Stagnant Shadow, which that might be a few characters away. I don't think there's much else to show you all. Per usual, my boy. As I said, I was just farming for him a little bit ago because I have everybody maxed out, so that's really all there's left to do is just work on farming for them. And I'm definitely one of those people that I'm just I will just sit here and farm one character into infinity until they have the best setup, and then I can move on to the next character. Does not balance my team well at all. But unfortunately, it is how I play. Let's see. I really should clear those out at some point, but I do not until it tells me I'm maxed out. Here's my adventuring currently. Not terrible, not amazing either. He's very average. And then we'll show you Hyacinth is still who is currently running, along with the Herta. We showed her off last time. I currently am not pulling for these guys because they have just dropped what the next banner is going to look like. And it's not the one after this because that's still in this patch, but in the next patch, it's literally going to ruin me, guys, because between needing to pull for Archer's Light Cone, Sunday's Light Cone, pulling for Finon as a whole, it's rough out here. So we've started building tickets. Priority will be Finon. Second priority will be Sunday's Light Cone, and then Archer's if we have that chance. If Archer comes first, we'll do what we can. Deal with what we have. Yeah. So that's about it. As I said, I was literally just dungeon grinding before starting the stream, so that's why I'm here. So we said we would start with this, so let's go do this one. It's at Paperfold University, so back on Penacony.
All this free time, why not make the most of it with a game?
Oh, Giovanni's back. Oh, we don't get to hear the Sunday-esque voice. I can't even emulate that voice. Good evening, Kalis, my dear. It's such an exhilarating reunion, being able to cross paths again and again in this vast universe. It seems we really have a special bond. Help! A fool! So, are you here as a classmate or professor? Your humor, as always, is truly comforting, my dear friend. Though it's been a while since we last met, there's a saying that goes, this moment is just like that moment back then. Look at the machine beside me. Doesn't it seem a little familiar to you? My dear friend, do you still remember that golden dream of the legend of the galactic baseballer? That's right. I'm glad you still remember that teeny hero. You might have heard that, thanks to excellent beta test results, players have been eagerly awaiting the next installment. After much hard work from the dev team, the official version is finally launched for the public. We've optimized and iterated the overall project based on the beta while adding and expanding gameplay features. As a hub for young talent, Paperfold University is naturally one of our primary launch locations. Now, the console for Legend of the Galactic Baseballer Demon King, that timing was great, is right in front of you. Don't you want to give it a go? Alright, I'll stay here. If you have any questions, feel free to come find me. But right now, instead of hearing me talk about it, why not experience it for yourself, my friend? Happy gaming! Hey, it's been a while. Remember me? The Galactic Baseballer, now about to embark on a brand new adventure. Good news! To recognize our outstanding contributions to galactic security, the Planetary Safety Committee has gifted us a superb deluxe package. Ta-da! It's a black gold pass that lets us skip the initial planet. We're gonna say skip and fly by the seat of our pants. Based on reliable sources, the ultimate bat I've been seeking is currently in the hands of the Black Cloaked Demon King who rules over the cosmos. What's worse, to prevent his evil reign from being shaken, the cunning Demon King scattered the bat and entrusted its pieces to his minions. It's bound to be a tough journey, but don't underestimate the Galactic Baseballer. I'll definitely defeat the Demon King and reclaim the ultimate bat. Being prideful is the bane of warriors. Before we go, let's review some basic adventuring techniques. It's like, even if you hit skip the tutorial, we're gonna make you do a tutorial. Okay, defeat as many enemies as possible to raise your team's level within the allocated cycles. After your team level goes up, you'll be able to choose one of the randomly drawn weapons as accessories, or to prioritize weapon upgrades and resonation. Having accessories with the corresponding stats will boost the weapon's effectiveness. Make reasonable weapon accessory combinations to obtain stronger combo effects. Got all that down? Good, let's go. Our next destination is, let's see, the tiny planet of V612. Huh? Weird. Is the star map wrong? I remember it was a volcanic planet. What happened? Not important. Apparently the Demon King appeared there before, so let's take a look. It's finally starting. The adventuring spirit in me is blazing up. Don't worry, I'll be with you all the way. Let's see what I prepared for you. Yes, I remember how this works.
Stay put! Get them!
Catadons? Ha!
Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Thus our fates become one. All lies shall be revealed. Lend me your strength. So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed.
Sworn to shout farewell.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. Thus our fates become one. All lies shall be revealed. Lend me your strength.
Aglaia
To
looks
guard
so
and
good
defend.
with the Sunday
Crush
hero.
them. So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed.
Serenity is before me.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
You just gotta go all in on a weapon.
Thus our fates become one.
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all!
All lies shall be revealed.
Okay. Do we want to do...
Lend me your strength.
Usually you go for the weapons
So
first,
fragile, like a wisp of
because
silk.
you're less likely to get the weapon than you are for the ability, but... Trying to go off of Aglaia's...
Watch over you and guide you on your path.
All lies shall be revealed.
Someone your own side.
To doubt farewell.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Thus our fates become one.
All lies shall be revealed.
I'm so mad that I'm gonna have to skip Aglaia because of
someone your own side.
To guard and defend.
after.
Crush them.
This game knows I
Lend me your
am a
strength.
husbando puller, and so
So
it's like,
fragile,
oh
like a
yeah,
wisp of silk.
the few people that you would love to pull, the wives,
Get them!
we're gonna keep
Fiends
just
or
enough men
devils.
on the field
I'll crush them all!
to be in the way.
I'll watch over you and guide you on your path.
Troublesome.
Also, she's another Electro one, which would be...
Thus our fates become one.
All lies shall be revealed.
I already have an electric waifu to...
To guard and defend. Crush them.
Serenity is
Once we get
before
done
me.
with this,
So fragile,
this
like a wisp
round,
of
just to
silk.
show you what it looks like again, I'll do this off stream. Let's see.
Lend me your
Someone
strength.
your own side.
All lies shall be revealed.
Get them!
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Torment and doubt farewell. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
All lies shall be revealed.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all!
Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them. All lies shall be revealed.
Get them!
Serenity is before me.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Thus our fates become one.
All lies shall be revealed. Lend me your strength. So fragile, like a wisp of silk. I mustn't fall.
I'll watch over you and guide you on your
like
path.
that the mannequin also gets a Sunday halo. That's fun.
Pick up fiends or devils. I'll crush them all!
To guard and defend. Crush them.
Tormented doubt, farewell.
All lies shall be revealed.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Man, this is taking the same amount of time that like one of my dungeon runs takes.
Watch over you
This
and
is
guide you on your path.
I can see why they allowed you to have access to it super early. A shocking discovery. I found the treasure chest the Demon King singularly hid. Let's see what's inside the box. So much impressive equipment. And all that sparkly raccoon gold coins. The more money, the better. Just stuff it in your pocket first.
Catadons? Ha!
Serenity is before me.
I finally understand that she's saying care to dance.
Thus our fates become one.
All lies shall be revealed.
That is not what my brain was hearing.
Lend me your strength. So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed.
I really want to know, as I continue to look at their outfits, and like, the fact that they're so like intellectually inclined, like, how is Sunday connected to
Fiends or
this?
devils.
He must be
crush
connected in
them all.
some way. He has
Doubt,
the like
farewell.
Greek
Watch over
theme
you
to his clothing,
guide you on your
Greek
path.
slash Roman
So
theme to his
fragile, like a
clothing.
wisp of silk.
He's like so intellectually like curious and
Thus our
whatnot.
fates become
And
one.
then he
All
like
lies shall be
summons
revealed.
the statues as his like power, and the whole thing is like these guys are made out of stone. I'm over here just like, where did this little brazen dolt come from? Stand still and let me grind you into dust. I sense a sinister aura. This guy must be related to the Black Cloak Demon King. Oh, if you defeat them, you get
To guard and
focus
defend.
on them and defeat
Crush
them, you
them.
get an extra treasure chest. Got it.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed. Lend me your strength. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
But yeah, so and then there was that like glitch, quote unquote, where I'm assuming these two probably go together.
Serenity is before me.
time for resolution.
Ha! Thus our fates become one.
All
Yeah,
lies
there's
should
that
be
glitch,
revealed.
like way back when, that you could find Dr. Ratio like in the bathhouse, and so
Lend me
everyone's
your
like,
strength.
I don't know how much of a glitch that is.
To guard and
I still
defend.
think there must
Crush
be
them.
something.
So fragile,
Like they
like
said
a wisp
that
of
like,
silk.
oh, there was an original crew that tried to like that got shot down by Aquila, and no one survived,
Get
quote
them.
unquote. So I'm
Fiends or
really
devils.
curious if maybe
I'll crush
Dr.
them all.
Ratio
This trial is fitting.
was on that
Watch over you.
was
Guide
that
you on your
team,
path.
and he did actually get out.
Tormented doubt, farewell.
All lies shall be revealed.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Is that it? Oh, this Demon King's minion even dropped a treasure chest. Open it, open it. Nice. We even got like a purple.
I mustn't fall.
Pick on someone your own son.
All lies shall be revealed.
Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. I mustn't fall.
Pick on someone your own son.
Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them. All lies shall be revealed.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Why did everything end all of a sudden? I wasn't done yet. Oh, I almost forgot. I almost forget? Forgot? Remember the adventuring techniques I talked to you about earlier? When facing waves of enemy elites, there are clearance objectives to complete. If you want to clear the challenge, you need to defeat the designated number of enemies before the countdown reaches 0. Unfortunately, we didn't meet those requirements just now. No biggie, you'll always encounter some accidents on adventure. Make ready and set out again. If you're not sure what to do, take a look at the guide I prepared for you. No, I get it. Oh my gosh, I literally did that for like... for like 20 minutes. Huh? The shimmering thing. Isn't this the ultimate bat fragment we're searching for? This is awesome! As soon as we collect all the fragment pieces, we can reform the ultimate bat and defeat the Demon King. What happened? This used to be a volcanic planet. Fortunately, we defeated its minion and liberated the volcanic planet. With time, it will return to its original state. The Black Cloak Demon King's wicked influence is all over the cosmos. Planet C996, which we're going to next, also fell victim. We can't be too careful. Okay, so you at least need to get up to like 4,000, which I am, or 40,000, which I assume is like A ranking. Yeah, to be able to get all the Stellar Jade involved. Okay, so yeah, those individually, like I was already at 20 minutes, so I imagine each of those takes like 30 minutes to do. So I can definitely see why they let us start it early, because that would that'd take a hot minute to grind. That's definitely not a last minute squeeze in one. Okay, so we were with Cypher, if you all remember last. She was off with supposedly Bartolis, the little thief spirit. But Cypher can't be tricked and knows that there's something amiss with this Bartolis. And so she is going along with the game currently, and following after him to see what he wants. So it's like I don't know if there's any chests about.
Ooh, interesting. Very interesting.
Was this device designed by priests of Ornyx? Do you think you can handle it?
Don't underestimate me, boss. Just find a cozy dry corner and wait for me. Mission accomplished. Now you don't have to worry about your tail getting wet.
Not bad, but just a warning. If this thing fails while we're halfway through the water...
Don't worry, trust me. For that sweet 20% cut of the loot, I'll make sure you're taken care of.
As I said, I'm like unaware if there's gonna be treasure chests about, so I'm like, is this a dungeon? Okay, I think it might just be a temporary dungeon and therefore is not actually gonna have treasure chests. Yeah, okay.
Huh. This feels truly magical. When did you pick up this trick?
Self-taught. Oh, self-taught.
You sound so convincing, my guy. I like how I'm like, oh, it's a dungeon, it's not gonna have chests, and I'm still trying to make sure that there's not chests anywhere.
We're here. Can we turn off this spotlight now? It's really blinding.
No problem. Just use the device over there to shut it off.
I don't trust them not to sneak in a little.
The scent of gold coins, gems, and fine leather. It's so refreshing. The treasures in this ancient city are all floating back up thanks to Grey Mystery and that pink squirrel.
Dig, dig, the treasure awaits.
Your legs are long and mine are short.
Game's like, don't go that way. Please, thanks. Sequence breaking. Can't do that.
Yes, right here. What are you waiting for? Start digging.
Roger that. Watch me.
Bartholos activated excavation mode, unleashing the treasure buried deep underground.
Wow! That's a huge chest. Move over. I want to open it myself. Wow, wow. A massive haul. Unbelievable. It's hard to imagine the kind of luxurious life the people of Styxia once led. As expected for a realm of Fagusa's disciples. This entire chest is filled with ornaments made from ocean's tears. Here, take this. See if it suits you.
Ooh, thanks for the gift, boss. Much appreciated. Look at the clarity of this purple crystal. It matches my skin tone perfectly. Oh, safer, safer. You truly have the most refined taste of all thieves and employers. Let me try this on. Huh? Where is my treasure?
How long have we known each other? I can't believe you still fall for this.
This is... How could I have forgotten about this? I'll believe it as true, and a lie becomes reality. What a convenient ability.
The demigod of trickery's divine gift. Far more practical than any golden thread or teleporter. All right, enough fooling around. Here's the real thing. Lead the way.
Cipher rules! I've already pinpointed the next trove of treasure! Starting navigation. Boss lady, we're set to make a fortune this time! Got any plans on how to spend it?
Of course. Spend nothing. Have you forgotten my silly prophecy?
I remember, of course.
I feel like she's.
Isn't that like...
Uh-huh.
Isn't that the controller for the hands of Zagreus?
Indeed it is.
Once activated, this thing makes a racket that can be heard for miles. It's just too stupid.
Seriously, what was the Titan thinking when they came up with this thing? Hey! If you don't want the trickery to be exposed, you'd better start by keeping your mouth shut. What do you say?
Boss lady, you're absolutely right. I'll be careful with my words.
I'm assuming this means that Bartholos is Zagreus. Because he's like, oh, isn't that my hand? Wait a minute. Isn't that the Titan's hand?
This thing's way too loud when it's on. Let's not stir up more trouble, okay?
And then they're like, you shut up, you're exposing yourself.
Here we go round the river of souls. Spirit thief goes, spirit thief goes.
Ah, what are you even singing? You're totally out of tune. There's a big guy guarding this place.
Yeah, big and dumb, just a pure lump of stupidity.
Look at its face. Oh my, how could something be so ugly?
Yeah, so ugly, ugly enough to make even me, a little imp without a digestive system, feel nauseous.
If that ugly brute messes up my face, even the stoic Talantin might end up shedding a tear.
Indeed, that would be heartbreaking. Clearly, running away is the sensible choice.
So, how about you take the front? I'll attack from the side.
Right. Fleeing fits a rogue nature. Huh?
I underestimated you.
I'll watch over you and guide you on your path. Tormented doubt, farewell.
Here, this thunder.
All in.
It's of no consequence.
The dead return! I underestimated you.
Serenity is before me.
Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
Watch your head.
Bloom. Repay. Oh. Receive divinity.
That was such a good horror movie chair.
The dead return!
Happened just now.
I'll watch over you and guide you on your path. Tormented doubt, farewell.
Here, this thunder.
Spend freely. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
Serenity is before me.
Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
Such an ugly and useless creature, taken down with just a couple of hits. How boring. Hey, Bartolos, are you still alive? Give us a squeak if you are.
Squeak!
Look at you, all shaken up. Can't handle even this bit of action. Should be safe here now. Get to work.
Aye, boss lady Cypher.
Bartholos activated excavation mode, unearthing the treasure buried deep underground.
It doesn't smell like anything valuable this time. Since we've already dug it up, let's open it and see. Huh. Is this?
Month of balance, day something. 3 more neighboring households moved away today. The tide has risen higher than ever before, already reaching the 5th step of the stone stairway to our residence. The priest insists mere seasonal high tide that will soon recede. But having lived in Styxia for 30 years, I've never witnessed water levels like this. Leandro from the harbor went fishing 3 days ago and reported that the seawater had become unusually turbid, appearing as if mixed with ink. Beneath the surface, he glimpsed strange shadows, not human in form yet possessing distinct outlines. After returning, he developed a high fever and remained bedridden since. Month of balance, day something. The city's feasts have grown increasingly frenzied. Grand celebrations that once occurred only during the month of joy now happen almost daily. At the Anzo family's banquet last night, I witnessed 2 normally well-mannered women treading grapes barefoot, emitting strange laughter and then directly drinking the dirt-laden juice. They claim to be mimicking Fagosia's ritual ceremonies, though I've never heard of such an absurd form of worship. Prices at the market have risen by 30%. The honey brew merchants report that the brewing process has become exceptionally difficult lately. The yeast cultures mysteriously rot. Only by distilling with seawater collected directly from the harbor can they produce proper wine. Fortunately, our Doris remains lucid and has wisely advised us to minimize our consumption of the city's water and wine. Month of Ever Day, day something. Last night, strange music emanated from the harbor. It wasn't produced by any instrument, but seemed to rise from the ocean's depths. The low, haunting melody sounded as if it were telling an ancient tale, compelling people to approach the shore. Several neighbors' children sleepwalked to the docks last night. They claimed to have seen the goddess in the water, performing and wanted to get closer. The priests have forbidden all forms of musical performance and deployed soldiers to patrol the docks. For some reason, I can't shake the feeling that they're acting for fear rather than genuine desire to protect us. Month of Everyday, day something. Today I met Nora, the cloth merchant at the market. She revealed that the situation in her district was far more dire than we imagined. The spirit water pool in Fagosia's temple suddenly dried up 3 days ago, and despite their best efforts, the priests cannot replenish it. More alarming still, strange cracks have appeared on the wall behind the deity statue, forming patterns or script that no one can decipher. Nora also shared a peculiar rumor. Some claim to have seen in their dreams a woman playing a lyre, draped in black veils with eyes gleaming like seawater. She allegedly told dreamers that Styxia would soon face a great transformation, and only those who hear her voice would be saved. Some city residents have begun referring to her as the prophetic sea musician, despite the priest's determined efforts to suppress such rumors. Month of freedom. We finally decided to evacuate with our entire family. The seawater has reached the highest water mark at the dock, yet some remain oblivious, still immersed in the endless revelry. Our family and the neighboring Million household have decided to journey to Akuma together. Reportedly, the world-bearing Titan's protection extends there, and the tides of darkness have not yet invaded these lands. We plan to slip away quietly tonight from the northern dock exit. We pray to Fagosia for safe passage. Month of freedom, day something. We've been traveling for 3 days now. Last night, the Million family's youngest child suddenly developed a high fever, continuously muttering strange phrases that resemble an ancient ballad. His father decided to take him back to the city for medical treatment, though we all know there is little hope to be found there. This morning, looking back at Styxia from the hillside, I was horrified to discover the entire city had developed in a strange aura, with seawater shimmering with an unnatural blue radiance in the sunlight. From a distance, those magnificent buildings seemed to twist and distort in the water, as if they were merely illusions. Month of Weaving, day something. We encountered several other fleeing townspeople. They brought even more horrifying news. The seawater in Styxia has begun displaying strange colors and textures, sometimes thick as honey, other times solid as glass. Those who remained in the city have begun undergoing bizarre transformations. Blacked out words. Even more disturbing is that at night the entire city bathes in an indescribable glow, as if enveloped by some gigantic amniotic membrane. They say this is Fagosia's punishment, but I can't help wondering, is this the Titan's wrath, or is some power even greater than the Titans at work? We've decided to continue northward to Akama. Along the way we've heard rumors of someone named Dedida, who can supposedly appease Fagosia's wrath, but these are merely legends, fabricated by desperate people. We common folk can only rely on our own feet to flee this disaster. Month of Weaving, day something. Tonight, after the children fell asleep, I secretly examined a small vial of seawater I brought from the city. It was the last drop collected from the spirit water pool in Fagosia's temple before we left. In the moonlight, it displays a strange shimmer, as if something moves within it, unlike any ordinary water. By chance, I discovered that gently tapping the vial with my fingertip produces a peculiar sound, like distant lyre notes echoing. In that moment, I seemed to glimpse a mysterious woman standing upon the sea surface, sorrowfully playing a melody that no one could understand. I don't know if this was an illusion or reality, but if such a being truly exists, one who can hear the sorrows of Styxians, then as we embark on this uncertain journey, please grant us a flicker of hope, even if it is merely a beautiful dream. Akama is now within reach. Taking one final glance back at my homeland, the beautiful scenery of old is nowhere to be seen, only distorted masses of light and shadow undulating? I think that's supposed to be undulating. On the sea level, resembling foam heaped by waves behind dawn. Undulating. Dissolving one by one to gradually reveal its cold and true nature.
Ooh, this looks tragic. Do you think they made it to Akama?
Considering the chest is still in Styxia, no.
Probably not. I've never seen or heard of anyone from Styxia and Akama. At least, I'm still left for Dolos. Guess this city wasn't so lucky. Huh. It does seem unfair, doesn't it? Just because they were born in the wrong place, they had to face such devastation. Meanwhile, those in Akama, simply because they're supported by the world-bearing Titan, continue to survive.
Yeah, the world just isn't fair, is it? Speaking of the world-bearing Titan, Cypher, didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kefali's priestly court?
Huh. Did I?
Yeah, you definitely told me, and I remember it clearly. Maybe it's been so long your memory's gotten a little fuzzy.
Ah, right. I did tell you. It wasn't a big deal. I just snuck in with a bunch of mumbling priests and watched them do their spooky rituals around some glowing rock. Honestly, I was only interested in the wallets of the old grandpas on the council back then. Don't remember much else. It's been what? Nearly 1,000 years?
Oh, I see. But you in a priest robe? No, that's hard to picture.
Who asked you to picture that? Besides, priest robes from 1,000 years ago were nothing like the ones today.
Right. I didn't think about that. I was just curious if you ever overheard anything interesting from those priests.
How ridiculous. Come on, let's head to the next spot. Where did this roadblock come from? Ugh, this is so annoying. The treasure is right in front of us.
Oh dear, we're stuck here. But I have a plan. Should we call on that big, noisy, cumbersome hand of Sandra?
Never thought that thing would actually come in handy. All right. Do you want to handle it?
Leave it to me, boss. I don't need a controller. After all, you know. Hand of Zagreus. My darling. Activate!
I still don't see how this ties into trickery.
Let's go to the next room!
Hey, slow down! That question you asked me earlier. I think I just remembered something.
What did I ask?
You know, that question. The one you specifically asked me. Right after we dug up the second chest.
Forgive me, boss lady, but have you been under a lot of stress lately? I didn't ask anything. You must have imagined it.
Oh. Is that so? Maybe you're right. I have been a little on edge lately. I need to relax. All right, let's move on to the next treasure trove.
Treasure, let's go!
Twinkle, twinkle in my chest, how this core flame is the best.
Wow, when it comes to singing, I still sound better than you, boss.
Go beyond all time and space on the journey of flame chase. This scent feels like something incredible is buried here.
Incredible indeed. If even boss lady says so, how could I not be excited?
Do I need to give instructions here? Get digging.
What?
Oh, isn't this a golden scapegoat? Interesting. Looks like whoever buried this treasure wanted to play a little game with us.
Oh, isn't there a myth about this thing? Those who feared fire became sheep. Those who did not became human.
Sheep, humans, whatever. All I know is unlocking this gets us treasure. Here, this honor's all yours.
Puzzles and tricks are right up my alley. Just leave it to little old me.
Well, that was a very simple one.
Told you, nothing can stump me. Cypher, it's your turn now.
Stop! Stay there, and don't turn around.
Huh? What do you...
I told you, don't move.
My poor old back. What are you doing?
Shh, quiet. Don't say anything unnecessary. That seamstress. She's listening.
What? Boss, do you mean...
Stay put and keep quiet. I'll handle her. Whoa, whoa. Seamstress. Getting sneaky, aren't we? Did you think I wouldn't notice your little spies lurking around me?
As time passes, I find myself leaning more and more on blind luck. With only the power of this little nymph. Naturally, I couldn't slip past your sharp eyes, Cyphera.
Even if you could fully control Bartolos's mind, I would still be able to see through your disguise. Aglaya. You've gone to such lengths to spy on my every move. What exactly are you after? I've told you before, you don't need me to succeed. Why don't you just let this go? I already made an exception and got involved with Castorus and Grey Mystery. Asking for more now. Isn't that pushing your luck a bit too far?
I'm sorry, Cyphera. I've plotted and schemed my whole life. But I never could have predicted our relationship would end up like this. I've spent centuries trying to figure out where I went wrong, replaying every moment over and over. But you've never given me a chance to explain myself, face to face.
Don't talk to me like that.
You know I can't take it. 1,000 years ago, out of foolishness, I let my silence steal away the most beautiful sound I'd ever known.
I see limbs.
So this time, I must say this to you, even if it's all in vain. I need you, Cyphera. The Chrysos Heir's mission needs you.
I think you needed to stop one sentence back, Aglaya.
The finale I've delayed for far too long. It's finally here. Whatever resentment you still hold against me will fade once I'm gone. Please, come back to Akama. I'm begging you. Without you, they don't stand a chance.
I'll think about it, seamstress. But stop watching me. Unless you want to lose me for good.
I'm pretty sure the seamstress is either going to be dead shortly and or in a coma.
Don't worry. As much as I'd love to hear your voice again, to see your face, it seems that chance will never come. Goodbye, Cyphera.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Ah, what a shame. I thought there'd be some real treasure under that goat's head.
Turns out, everything in that chest was soaked in water from the River of Souls. Nothing valuable left. Those relics were once priceless. But time has eroded away all that they once were.
Aw, hearing that from you makes it sound so sad. Wait, why am I getting all sentimental? I haven't even processed what just happened. That horrible woman. When did she... Oh!
If you see her, let her know this. As demigods, we can't avoid our duties forever.
Could it have been back then when...
Do you remember now? Looks like you don't need me to jog your memory. She must have slipped that nymph into your pocket while you were distracted. Don't underestimate that bug. It's every bit as dangerous as the seamstress's golden thread. Let your guard down for even a second, and it might take over. Make you spill secrets you'd never share otherwise.
Whoa, that's like some brainwashing monster straight out of the Black Tide! Creepy. Boss, how did you realize something was wrong? I'm curious. What exactly did that nymph make me say?
Actually, it gave itself away very early on.
Speaking of the world-bearing titan, Cypher, didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kefali's priestly court?
We've been partners in crime for 1,000 years. We've talked about everything there is to talk about. Except for that one experience at Dawncloud. I never told you about that. I absolutely wouldn't have shared that with anyone.
But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaya wasn't trying to trick you?
And as far as I know, the embodiment of trickery despises that golden thread which forces people to speak the truth. You'd never defend Aglaya, isn't that right, Zagreus?
You have a terrifyingly sharp mind.
After all, I'm the only one in the world who knows you're still alive. To make sure you survive the Titan trial, I had to fool the entire world. If you want to keep that lie from falling apart, you'd better keep playing your part in the days ahead.
Even if it weren't for saving my worthless little life, I'd still walk through fire for Cypher without hesitation.
You may have been reduced to this form, but you still haven't lost your way with words.
Speaking of which, Cypher, you're not taking that wicked woman's words to heart, are you? Life's been pretty great lately. Why get into trouble now? Don't you think?
Honestly, I've been thinking. Maybe a trip back now wouldn't be too bad.
You're back again, Oh. Cyphera, your face.
I need clothes. Anything. Just throw me something. A piece of cloth will do. Just enough to cover the wounds. I will pay back the amount I owe. I promise.
You're bleeding golden blood.
Yes. What about it? So what if I'm one of those Chrysosairs they talk about? Those infinitely strong heroes. World-renowned swordsmen. Exceptionally intelligent scholars.
Cyphera.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint. Who knew that group of amazing people would include me? Pauper. Thief. Con artist. Maybe I should just make another cut to drain all this yellow stuff out of me.
Stop it, Cyphera. I'll give you clothes. Warm you up and stay here. Stay in my workshop until you're healed.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got these wounds? Right. What's the use? I'm so good at lying. Even your golden thread can be fooled. If you can't verify the truth, why bother asking at all?
I don't need to ask. Nor do I need to use the golden thread. I know everything you do is for survival. At all costs, stay here. You won't have to deal with the cold or go hungry again. Stay by my side, and you can start putting yourself back together.
Aren't you worried I'll ruin this place's reputation? Or that I might sneak off with your precious clothes and sell them?
I wouldn't have invited you if I were worried about those things.
You're weird, seamstress. You know, they say a child who often lies remains a liar for life. I've tried not to become a liar. But honestly, it's just too hard. I'm close to giving up. What makes you think I won't disappoint you?
Because I can feel it. Not with the power of a demigod, but with the heart that beats in my chest. You love this place. That's why you keep coming by, but also why you hesitate to stay longer. You worry you'll tarnish the Gold Weaver name. After taking over Nestia's divine authority, I became used to letting the golden thread distinguish sincerity from falsehood. However, the mission I need to complete requires me to learn to trust and rely on my heart. Cyphera, you're an honest thing I've given to this world. And also a challenge the world has given to me. Stay here with me. You have a beautiful face that deserves better than to be covered in scars and grime.
You've got a way of talking that's hard to follow. All right, let's make it a deal. You have 1 day to change your mind. Once the action hour passes, there's no turning back.
These folks in black, I guess, are not responding to provocations, nor do they seem intent on fighting. What exactly are they waiting for?
Pressure. Fear. Planting seeds of anxiety. It seems this is the strategy they've chosen.
Huh. An organization that sees it as their mission to eradicate the Chrysosairs. I've read some chilling accounts, stories of the cleaners using alchemical arts to implant fragments of memories into their successors, ensuring both identity and hatred
From
live
what I
on.
know, these stories are true. The kindness we know today, strictly speaking, is the 27th kindness. Objectively, the rise of the cleaners was both inevitable and necessary. Yet their ruthless and twisted methods earned them nothing but disdain and condemnation from history.
And still they endure, an organization persisting through time, now working tirelessly to obstruct the flame chase. Are they truly so terrified of the era nova the Chrysosaurs strive for?
Even in these crumbling end times, there are always those who find ways to profit from the chaos, to ask the vested interests to abandon their status, wealth, and ambitions in this world for a distant ideal. Maybe no easier than creating a miracle.
I wonder where Kalis is now. If they're targeting me, he definitely won't escape their noses either. I hope all is well. Is that Lord Craterus?
There you are, Lord Donghung. We couldn't reach you on the teleslate, so the Holy City Guard almost assumed you two had met some terrible fate. You pests crawling in the shadows, back off. Your plot ends here. You played your hand. Run while you still can. It might be your only chance to survive. Stay away from Akama forever. If you set foot there again, the fury of its people will tear you apart. Because Aglaya is dead, and in the eyes of the Holy City citizens, her blood is on your hands.
Well, at least Don Hung's not being accused of working with them.
Looks like she was wrong about you.
She? Are you talking about the mastermind behind all of this?
Well, she thought you were weak. She believed that even when you were facing the evil that you claimed to oppose, you'd hesitate to strike.
Misinterpreting mercy for weakness shows how arrogant and foolish your master is. They're still alive. With proper care, they'll pull through in a few days. But I must warn you, I haven't fought a human in ages. I can't guarantee I'll always be able to hold back. They're lucky they're still alive. If you feel as lucky as they are, try me.
Finon is seriously upset.
Not me over here being like, he sounds so cool that I could say it. And I'm like, the Trailblazer truly is me.
Get out of here. Don't show your face around us again. If your master wants to stop the flame chase journey, she'd better bring an army that makes Kremnos at its peak look like child's play.
I've said it more than once, Lord Finan. We're not here to start a fight. We came only to ensure you weren't anywhere else. While you were unaware, we already accomplished our mission to buy time. So, Lord Finan, until next time.
Okay, props to that voice actor, though.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Anyone who uses innocent lives as bargaining chips has gone too far. I guess the opposition within the Council of Elders is still desperately fighting to obstruct the flame chase. If the conspiracy is exposed, they'll be hunted down in the Holy City like rats with nowhere to run, no matter where they hide. My teleslate.
Global announcement. Due to force majeure, the World Wound Web operations will be temporarily suspended. Please stay calm and remain in your homes. Local golden thread enabled for emergency internal communication only. Lady Goldweaver, deceased. Please return to the Holy City at once. I know it's hard to believe, but please come back soon. On my way.
Aglaya? Is this blasted? Those guys. But how could they possibly? Stay calm. This could just be one of her schemes. I won't believe it until I see it for myself.
Finon, what should we do now?
Stay on course. I'll contact Treeby and ask her to keep the citizens calm. We'll hurry back to Akama as fast as possible and assess the situation in the city. If we run into any enemies along, I won't be merciful this time.
Cartonis. You're forging a sword for Finan, aren't you? I haven't seen you wield the hammer in so long. I couldn't help but be entranced by the sight.
You, Aglaya, in this form you come to me. It means...
That's right. At this moment, my physical form is already shattered. My journey as a human in this world has come to an end. It's time to fulfill our pact.
Of course. The pact. I haven't forgotten.
The thing I entrusted to you. Do you still have it?
Far too plain this vessel is. Not worthy of you. Do you still insist?
I insist. Over the past 1,000 years, every piece of fabric I've worked with has been tainted by my cold divinity. It's made me hate their colors, texture, and scent. This ornament stands apart. It was a gift from a child. She was pure and kind. I often wished my childhood could have been like hers.
How to say goodbye to everyone? Have you already planned?
I'm afraid there's no such detailed plan at this time. I deeply regret not being able to say farewell to them, one by one. The moment has come. My departure will give them one less thing to worry about. This parting gift should help ease the regret of such a sudden goodbye.
Invented for the Titans, Kremnos' soul-forging technology was. Though divinity it retains, filtered out, the remnants of humanity will be. Is that what you want, Aglaya?
You've confirmed this with me repeatedly. Yes, Cartonis. I need you to do this for me. Condense my divinity into this ornament. It might still be useful in the future to help them complete their mission.
Selfless until the end. Envy that child, there's no need to. Already lived a grand life your humanity has.
Your praise puts my heart at ease, Grand Craftsman. Now, please, take me through the last tempering that fate has to offer.
The city is silent, and tension is building with every passing second. The news is probably spread by now. Every household is locked up tight, and all the market stalls have closed down temporarily. I hope so. I just can't believe she'd be taken down by a handful of assassins. If this is all part of a larger plan, Treeby must know something. She just couldn't say it in the message. Let's go find her. Dunhung came back before us. Well, maybe he's heard something.
Ah, you're back. How's everything? No injuries, I hope.
Don't worry. The cleaners didn't lay a hand on us. Lord Krateros, were you in the city when it happened? What exactly went down?
Regrettably, no one knows the details of that moment. Eyewitnesses only saw...
It's fine. Just tell me.
Eyewitnesses at the Memorial Palace saw Aglaya fall from the Chrysos airbath.
Oh, God.
She showed no signs of life by the time the Holy City Guards approached to check. They were too afraid to jump to conclusions. After all, she was a demigod who lived for over 1,000 years, the leader of the Chrysos heirs. Most citizens of the city believed that death couldn't touch her. She was pierced through the heart by a uniquely crafted dagger. I saw it for myself. It's one of the weapons carried by the cleaners.
No, that doesn't make sense. The ones who appeared in the grove and those who confronted Don Hung in the Abyss didn't immediately resort to violence. They were just watching and trying to intimidate. They didn't have any reason nor the courage to attack Aglaya. Perhaps.
Speculating blindly won't help. Let's go find Lady Treby, as she understands Aglaya's mind best.
I'll stay here to lead the guards and maintain order. Find out what happened, but don't take too long. With Aglaya gone, someone has to take her place and lead Akama. Also, Miss Hyacinth was the one who declared Aglaya dead. You might want to speak with her.
Thank you, Lord Craterose. The baths are empty.
No citizen feels like bathing after hearing such news.
Hyacinth.
You're back.
We heard from Craterose. Are you alright?
I'm fine. I've been staying close to Lady Treby and Lady Trinan after the incident. It's great that you could come back so quickly. They need someone with them now. Not well. After all, we witnessed Lady Aglaya's last moments. I tried to treat her immediately, but even the sky's blessings declaring her death was the hardest thing I've ever had to do as a doctor. Lord Finan, don't push yourself. You're carrying a heavier burden now. Please, don't fall.
It's fine. I can handle it. What I've lost is a mentor and a comrade in arms. But for Treby and Trinan, they've lost a 1,000-year-old bond. Like they're losing a part of their lives. You should rest, Hyacinth. You've been awake for a long time, haven't you? We'll handle things from here.
Okay. See you later, everyone.
Next, we should visit Lady Treby.
Snowy. Little Gray. You're back.
Lady Treby, I...
Snowy, don't. Please don't apologize to us. You went to the grove to prepare yourself for the threats to Akama. You didn't do anything wrong, so don't be hard on yourself. We were always by Aggie's side throughout this long journey. So, we understood her thoughts better than anyone. She knew she wouldn't see the end of the Flame Chase journey. Yet, she gave everything without hesitation. For the future of everyone.
I know what Aglaya expected of me. Right now, the last thing Akama needs is a leader wallowing in self-pity.
The scroll over there was entrusted to us by Aggie. She instructed us to hand it over to you when the time was right. I think now's the right time.
Aggie, so you really don't have to take the medicine anymore? No need, teacher. Medicine can only steady my flesh, but it cannot stop the decay of my soul. I've already borrowed too much time from this world, and now the time is up. Now is the best time for my exit. Crying noises. Please don't cry on my account, teacher. I have a final selfish request. Can you lend me an ear? Aggie. Go ahead. We will definitely fulfill it for you. I wish for my death to be quiet and gentle. I hope that my lifeless body will not be exposed to the eyes of the public. Teacher, I have faced too many changes in my lifetime. In the pursuit of one thing alone, I have remained unchanged for 1,000 years. It's beauty, isn't it? That's right, teacher. Beauty. Aggie, do you think Snowy is ready? 1,000 years ago when I took up the core flame of Minesta, do you think I was ready then, teacher? Born into this era, we have no choice but to grow amidst the raging waves, not set sail after everything was prepared. Phynon, he will understand. He will grasp the duty I've left to him. He is mature enough now, no longer blinded by anger or hatred.
Phynon, my humble student, my trusted colleague. As I write this, you are locked in a battle of words with the Council of Elders, fighting for the survival of the Flame Chase journey on a battlefield where the smoke of war is invisible. I deeply regret and feel guilty for hastily pushing you and the Trailblazer into the debate. But please forgive me. At that moment, I could not afford to show any sign of weakness before you, as it would have crushed your morale. I considered the debate a routine affair, assuming I could win merely with the support and experience we'd accumulated over centuries. But I underestimated Kindness and her party's cunning, and also the deterioration of my own senses. The trap was likely set by the debater Calictus. He had prepared a severed golden thread in advance, revealing it to the public when Kindness was faltering in the debate. He claimed I was reading everyone's thoughts with the golden thread to cheat in the debate. I could have countered that low tactic in 100 ways, but my words slipped out before I could even think about them. With deceitful scoundrels like you in the crowd, I have no choice but to rely on the golden thread to keep watch over everything in this holy city. You can imagine the reaction that comment provoked. At that moment, I felt my time was running short. The divinity in this body might be eternal, but that is not the essence of me. I am a daughter of humanity, born of my mother, and I will die as a human. Realizing that my humanity was fading, I began to plan my exit. What kind of departure would not waste such a belated death? I have yet to find the ideal answer, but I knew I couldn't simply fade away in my sleep like anyone else. The serpents have always lurked in the darkness, terrified of their heads being cut off by the golden thread. If my departure were to be calm and uneventful, it would only lead to a swarm of those serpents emerging from their nests. Regrettably, a peaceful death is a luxury I cannot afford. I must feign weakness deliberately to make those serpents lose patience and act rashly. Just as they think they've struck and sunk their fangs into my heels, that's when I'll strike back, igniting the final blaze to burn away the threats hidden in the shadows. The blaze soaring into the sky might sow fear and confusion, but I have no worries about people losing their way. After all, Alchema still has you to guide them, Phynon. You're not perfect, Finan. I've witnessed your confusion, recklessness, and deep sensitivity, dawn after dawn. The heavy burdens of your past have always weighed you down, inflicting deep pain. Yet, in your way, you are perfect. You embrace everyone's imperfections, always ready to find the precious qualities hidden beneath their rough exteriors. Unconditionally, that might be what sets our Sky Father Kefili apart from other deities. They recognize the imperfections in their creations, yet still choose to shine their light on them, offering protection with unconditional love. Finan, while you zealously pursued strife, believing it to be your destined path, from the very beginning, my thoughts have never changed. You are the destined world-bearer of Amphorius, the gate to Amphorius's future. Go, complete the flame-chased journey of the prophecy, ignite the stars, and inspire hope in the hearts of humanity. I will be waiting at the end of the West Wind, looking forward to the miracle you will create.
Aglaya, how could I possibly be worthy of the burning torch you've passed into my hands? Donang, can you do me a favor?
Whatever I can help with, just say the word.
Please deliver a message to Lord Krateros. Have him gather the Holy City guards and the Kremnoans to spread the word from door to door. At the lucid hour tomorrow, Finan will speak at the Marmorial Palace. Urge everyone who has concerns about the Holy City's future and the Flame Chase journey to attend this gathering. Tell them Aglaya has left Amphorius the seeds of hope.
Understood.
Thank you. It's been a harrowing day for everyone. Please make sure to rest well and collect your thoughts. I need to prepare. Cortonis, what brings you to Marmorial Palace? I plan to get everything settled before coming to see you. Is there something urgent, Cortonis?
How are you holding up, I wanted to see. Better than I expected, you seem.
There's no room for doubt anymore. It's time to take action and show everyone that the leadership of the Chrysos heirs is still strong.
Right. Your assessment is. Now, here. Take this.
Is this it? You've completed it.
Dawnmaker. The name I've chosen for it before dawn. Prepare for battle. For tomorrow, wield your sword. Befits your stature, it does. Chrysos heir.
Dawnmaker. Unbelievable. You've never seen that black-clad sword, Master. You've recreated this so precisely, just from what I described.
Precise, your description. Imbued it with the power of dawn I already have. Guided by your will, gleam with golden flames. Its blade will wield it. May triumph always be yours.
Thank you, Cortonis. I will use this sword to protect the beings of Amphorius.
Another thing there is.
What's this?
I wondered if the thread would become gold.
Stored here, the remnants of Aglaya's divinity are. This was her commission. Her death she had long foreseen.
Can she still hear us?
It's difficult to confirm. About divinity, we know very little. In this way, she wanted to be with you, always.
I understand. Let me keep it. With this, I'll have another constant companion by my side. May this world never have need for a deliverer. Someone told me long ago, but when the world dashed her hopes and fell into disarray, if she could see me now, leading from the front, rallying people against their destiny, she would surely smile.
How will the Holy City continue without Lady Goldweaver? Look! Lord Finan is here.
Will he step up to lead Akama?
Not long ago, I spoke at the Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. I wrestled with every word, searching for the right ones to rally support and keep the Chrysos heir's flame chase alive. In the end, I remembered a lesson from one of my teachers. In battles where words are weapons, outrage and blind passion often overpower reason. I followed his strategy. I painted my opponents as nothing more than pests, tore apart their character, and laid out their crimes. The strategy worked. I secured enough votes to achieve my goal, but afterward, there wasn't even a flicker of joy. I realized that apparent victory masked a deeper failure. In my pursuit of success, I fueled division and strayed far from my very purpose that led me to the flame chase journey. This journey was supposed to unify, not divide, to strengthen us, not weaken us. It was the gold thread that mended our rifts in the past. Some saw it as a means of surveillance, a tool of control. But no one can deny that it was Aglaya who held this city and even this shattered world together. Now she is gone. Yes, as you have heard, the demigod Aglaya, who guarded the holy city for a millennium, has indeed fallen.
Who murdered Lady Goldweaver?
Find the murderer! Make them pay!
I felt the same as all of you initially.
But also, not to like break up his very evocative rallying cry with the people, but can't we just use Ornyx's power on the area to see who killed Lady Goldweaver? Can't we just do that? But anyway, continue. Fight on with your rallying speech.
I wanted to stand here beside you, to condemn the sinners, to discuss retribution, and to see justice brought down upon them. But my perspective has changed. The golden threads that once bound this city have unraveled. Yet no one is celebrating their freedom from control. In the empty markets and bath chambers, one feeling lingers. Unease. Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts. From now on, only the moral code we choose to uphold for ourselves will stand between us and the abyss.
Finon has a way with words. Oh, all right.
The flame chase journey is nearing its end. With only one Titan left for the Chrysos heirs to conquer. Aquila! Before I rise to the skies, I challenge you. Cast out the shadows and malice within your hearts. Let your spirit shine brighter than the sky itself. Let me bear witness. Even without the divine authority of romance, Akima will remain a sanctuary in these end times. A place for the kind people Aglaya dreamed of. The kind of people foretold in prophecy. A better people!
Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people!
I appreciate your willingness to accept the challenge. You have reminded me that Aglaya left me perhaps the simplest duty in the world. To bear the burden of creation, I need only to give one thing. It's a gift she once gave me without hesitation, and now I share it with each of you. Unshakable faith. There's still a long way to go before Amphorius is reborn. But we will not forget the past as we move forward. For the memories of Amphorius will always benefit future generations. Allow me this moment. I want to borrow a few minutes of your time to commemorate a demigod who protected the Holy City for a millennium. She was Akima's dressmaker, the leader of the Chrysos heirs, the Gold Weaver, Aglaya, and her greatest feat was being a selfless person.
That singing sounds so familiar. That's our song, and Snowy used to love it.
Dang, that's a sad picture just looking at it. We got it's everyone we've lost so far. We have Castris, Aglaya. Don't mind me, I'm just crying. And Exagrius and Treeby.
Yes, Lady Trian. For that child filled with anxiety, your songs always dispelled the clouds in my heart. Even if for just a moment.
Snowy was so cute and kind when he was little. Now, you've grown so much. Maybe not as cute, but still just as kind.
Time spares no one, so there's nothing we can do. But kindness, you helped nurture it in me.
Don't mention it. Your light is as bright as ever. Keep it up and stay strong. See you, Snowy.
Goodbye, Lady Trian.
I heard what you said. Are you suggesting the debate tactics I've taught you are nothing but sleight of hand?
Not at all, Professor Anaxa. Honestly, without those techniques you taught me, the Flame Chase journey might not have survived.
Good thing your head's still clear. The Chrysos heir of Kefali. I had no idea you had it in you while I was drilling those formulas in your head in class.
Who could have thought, Professor? By the way, I've completely forgotten those formulas now.
Some things never change. In our next lives, I'll teach you how to truly embrace your divine duties.
I'll be waiting. Goodbye, Professor Anaxa. Miss Castros, aren't you going to say something?
Lord Finan, you have always been so approachable. Ever since we first met, you've seen me as a friend. It was the first time I understood what everyday friendship was like, but that's dangerous.
Dangerous?
Laughing and chatting with you, I sometimes forget who I am. And for someone with my kind of power, that's a real hazard.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Sorry, I forgot to consider your perspective.
Please, no apologies. Despite everything, thinking back on the times we spent together makes me really happy.
I feel the same.
Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Gastras. Aglaya.
Remember, Finan, after completing the flame chase, leave the decision to initiate the miracle of Genesis to the Amphorians. The Chrysos heirs are the executors of the prophecy, yet they, the people, are the true masters of this world.
Rest assured, I always keep your teachings in mind. The difference between a presumptuous hero and a tyrant is a fine line.
Well said. You've got a good memory.
It's late. Anything else you'd like to add?
Anything else? Even in your imagination, I'm not one to show my vulnerable side.
No worries. I've long understood how difficult it is for you to open up completely. Thank you for bringing me here, Aglaya. You saved me.
Maybe what I wanted to save wasn't you, child, but this crumbling world. Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Did you forget me?
Forget you? Like I'd ever. We aren't parting ways forever. You're just off to guard the gates at Castrum Kremnos. Let's not make this a tearful farewell.
You know just how to make a person uncomfortable. I have a feeling we'll meet again in this lifetime. Let's have another showdown then. Deliver.
That's very confident of you. I've changed since then. Have you seen this sword? It's a masterpiece freshly forged by Cartonis.
A bold statement for a mere mortal who hasn't yet claimed the power of a titan. See you around. Finan of Ides Elysiae.
It's a date, Mightimos.
What a poignant, yet splendid journey. And it's still not over yet, is it?
Yes, Cyrene.
I was right. In the end, you did become the deliverer in this story.
A lot has changed while you were away. I've met so many people, tried so many things. I've found new resolve. And I've let go of some attachments. I'm not the same person I used to be.
But to me, you've never changed at all, Finan.
Days later at Dawn Cloud.
Dawn Cloud. This place holds so many different kinds of memories. I remember you could see the Gold Weaver sign from here. All the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago.
Cyphera, you...
Seamstress. Tell me, does Akama have any treasures so rare that not even your... I mean, our shop has seen?
Of course it has. I heard there's a gem of all worlds hidden somewhere in Dawn Cloud. Apparently, it's a piece that fell out of the Dawn device. It's truly a priceless treasure. being a part of Kefali's divine body. Even I, the Gold Weaver, cannot witness its glamour.
Gem of all work.
Nice! Got it. Well, please keep looking after the shop while I...
Let me guess, Cypherer. You're probably already plotting to sneak into Dawncloud to steal that gem, aren't you? And your next move is probably trying to sell it to the highest bidder, then distribute that money to the poor and the refugees in the Holy City?
Look, seamstress. Are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads?
You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do, Cypherer?
What else am I supposed to do? That's the only thing I can do with my power. You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person. Or even what people call a hero. But I don't know what I need to do to get there! I can't weave golden dresses like you! I can't sing as well as Miss Hysoons! And I definitely don't know as much as Big Sis Treby! The only things I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one even respects. But I still want to be worthy of you. I want to prove that you've made the right choice.
I know, Cypherer. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair. And your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey. But you have to believe that everyone in this world is unique in their own way. I am convinced that you're the only one who can bear the authority of trickery. Even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos.
Aglaya, I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful. And that everyone is simple. And kind. If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality? If enough people believed in it, even though it's a lie.
Lies will always be lies, Cypherer. But sometimes they can be more noble than the truth.
Are you really planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sneaking around doesn't suit you, Deliverer.
I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cypher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt when you're obviously lost in thoughts.
Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad, I'll admit. It managed to touch my heart. Just a smidge.
Thank you. I had a feeling back then that you were in the audience. Intuition certainly is a thing of wonder.
Oh, and you didn't call me out on the spot. You waited all this time to tell me.
Well, I thought you'd need some time to yourself. After she passed away.
None of your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old-timer, to step in?
We've only met a couple of times, but you've always gone straight to business. I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase. You're probably aware that Aglaya has earned the support of the entire city for the Chrysos heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who were against the flame chase. And the citizens' fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one. But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Elder Kynus, the leader of the cleaners.
I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's pushed into a corner, aren't you?
Yes. I believe that Kefali's core flame, forever enshrined above the Council Theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs. We're setting out to campaign against Aquila in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike.
You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the core flame while you're gone? So, you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away, right?
You sure saw right through me, Miss Cypher. I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movement, and that most enigmatic authority of trickery. I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Kefali's core flame. Even if you have to deceive the rest of the Chrysos heirs as well.
Uh-huh. Hey, Deliverer. Do you honestly think that there's no way I'll turn you down? Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out on this?
As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in the world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cypher.
What confidence. You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand. Huh. So you did learn a thing or two from her. I'll give you that. Then let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akama closely.
You mean?
Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion. That lunatic may have lost their mind. But they're no fool. Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akama yet?
Professor Anaxa once analyzed this. He thought it was probably because Kefali's core flame was protected by the Council of Elders' secret arts.
Ha! Sacred art's my foot! I could break those mechanisms with a flick of my finger. Allow me to let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akama because the Seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought. Now that she's gone, and you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight, with the city's defenses in shambles.
What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in. But since you're the one who brought it up, I'm guessing you already have a solution in mind.
Just look how ridiculously calm you are right now. But you guessed it right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal. I'll keep that lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's core flame. You owe a big favor after this.
You have my deepest gratitude. That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable. Please be careful.
Don't forget, Deliverer. There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cyphera will always get the last laugh. No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you need to make sure you don't die before you pay me.
Meanwhile, in the Grove of Epiphany. Man, it is cutscene after cutscene.
I'm back. I've been trying to stay away from here since the Black Tide destroyed the grove. And through that, stay away from the memories that might make me sad.
Alright, we're gonna pause this for a second because I want to talk about Cyphera. So her whole thing is that she's gonna die over petty change. And we saw when we did that Seal Slammer event, like the whole idea was like, oh, Cyphera could not steal the trophy while it was being protected by like its protections, and so she tricked them into being in a situation that made them think that they would need to take down the defenses to put in a replica to then trick whoever was going to steal it. But that ultimately was her whole goal, that once the defenses were lowered, she could actually steal it with no problem. And I'm very curious if Kefali's core flame is the same way, is that everybody thinks it's locked up, and so they're gonna like break the locks down to try and protect it, but that's ultimately what they're what was going for initially, or if it's already been replaced with something else. Because Cyphera's whole thing is you're gonna die over petty change, so I'm very curious if maybe like if the core flame is a fake, that might be like what the petty change is meaning.
But the wind keeps pulling me back. Maybe that's the Twilight Courtyard's duty, after all.
Or it might be like a memento from Goldweaver or something, like something gets stolen from her and she tries to steal it back and it's not value. Its value is not very high, and so then she dies trying to get it back. Oh, this is the little unicorn Pegasus that is storming the Honkai Star Rail community. Everybody loves him. He is adorable, I agree.
I know, little Ika. I know. I too miss the days when we all studied together. But we have an even more important mission this time round. Lord Finan has already set the date to campaign against Aquila. Being a descendant of the Sky People, You're right. At least I can still afford to get lost in thought once in a while. Oh, ancestors. Please wait for just a bit longer. The time I spent in the grove deserves some reminiscence.
The silence at dawn. Okay.
Life is as ephemeral as
I'm clicking the same button, and it is not the right button. Alright, listen to Finon's speech, mourn the perishing of a great mortal. We got 4 more main ones. Witness the conclusion of a lie. Oh, Cyphera dies in this update? Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out my theory real fast. Well, that's interesting to find out. So we are gonna pause it there, guys, because we are about to hit that 2-hour mark, and as I said, we have been stuck in like cutscene after cutscene. So we're gonna switch back to the Trailblazer.
All this free time, why not make the most of it with the game?
I wonder if these, like, no, because there's Kephalis. I was gonna say, I wonder if the statues are filled in as we get the different core flames, because this thing looks like a huge version of the Genesis down below. Speaking of which, let us go to that, because we got a new story update, and that will be our finishing, that'll be our finishing part of this, because we have about 7 minutes before we hit the 2-hour mark. Oh, we have a lot of card updates. Okay. So yeah, this does show the end of Aglaya's story. I really hope that they make these cards into physical cards that you can buy, because I would love to buy them. Especially if they're like gold. You know what I mean? Like all the golden parts are like gold and shiny. Would love that. The weight of dreams and slumber. She can see the most delicate colors, the most distant contours. She can see the most secret desires and through the most perfect liars.
But being able to see everything is the same as seeing nothing.
Countless mirages and cacophony? Oh god. Surround her with stimuli plenty, casting her into another kind of blindness overwhelming. So she soaks herself in the bath and lets her golden thread go beyond the palace. When the water drops on the thread, vibrate and shiver. She closes her eyes and listens to the echoes silently. She hears how a mother's feet were wounded for treading over too many shoes, and is soaking her feet in the hot water bath. She hears children playing next to the pools, and someone is saying loudly,
I heard that the Golden Goddess also likes to visit the baths.
She is used to bathing alone. At the start of the hours of lucid or parting, her golden hair is spread in the water like a throne, like the scattering golden threads wrapping her again in a cocoon. Yanis, holy maiden, silently walks over, scooping up water to wash the weaver's hair as if cleansing the bough of a laurel tree. That is when the one who sees the core flame finally knows. There's no difference between a demigod and a true deity. The golden blood that congealed through divinity only in this heavy heat can temporarily flow, and let this golden butterfly feel a fleeting warmth. Just as she had once touched her own face, falls the final tear her eyes will ever produce.
Teacher, I had a dream.
She recounts like a girl on a whim, like a young girl on a whim. The sound of the water repels all disruptions in speech. Such peaceful rest, such sweet dreams. She dreams of how she was a naive, noble girl, ignorant of the world. She dreamed of the countless nights when she worked in the courtyard she weaved. She dreamed of being before the vine-covered temple where the wind blew by a violent stream. Lastly, she dreamed of the prophecy that she had heeded, how the ancient sound came through the 1,000 waves and could not be heard clearly in her dream. Do not stare directly into the future of your people, for the blinding prophecy will burn you all.
The dawn device is always glittering, and birds are always chittering.
The children of Akama like these kinds of songs. Why not trust in the promise of an Arachrysia unending, like how children believe in a fairy tales passed down unceasing? But will the dawn device truly shine forever? Will the voices of songbirds not one day turn hoarse? In the golden bath and times go by, she pierced her eyes, for she saw the all too dazzling future of everyone. That future was nothing compared to false promises. That is the price you must pay for listening to my prophecy. The gods have already determined her destiny and her passing. She knew, she had long known. The red-haired child appears worried.
You are aware of everyone's fate, yet never speak of your own future.
The child who passes along the prophecy understands that to lay such a heavy weight on one person is comparable to the dawn of the world-bearing Titan's shoulders.
There's only one future for silken threads. That is, to weave magnificent clothes for others.
She takes the children's hands, inviting them into the pools, intending to use warm water to wash away their concerns. Yet, before the toll of the bell that announces the hour, before the meeting to judge the flame chase begins, do not waste the rare good dreams or the languid waves warm as tears. She mutters as destiny slumbers in her arms.
The one that wears this elegant attire in the future must bear the weight of the silk threads.
And then that's the bracelet that she combined herself with, combined her divinity with. See, the way that achievement makes it sound like Saphira is gonna die in, or Cypher is gonna die in this, this patch, but she would need so many chapter updates to do that, because usually their story concludes once they have all these bubbles filled in, you know what I mean? And we're only on part 2 of her story.
In Dolos' suburbs, in a tiny weaving workshop, the silk-weaving old woman busies herself within as her smart child wanders outside on a whim. The silk pours from the loom, some bright as the dawn, some dark as the night. The woman had lived her whole life in poverty, yet through her business, she never deceives.
Good child, listen to me. Never lie and speak deceit, for people like you only do to honesty.
The girl smiles and nods, but her heart is drawn to the boundless desires of the bustling streets. And the grandmother is unaware that her handmade white dress has been stained by the mud of conceit.
I wonder if the chapters are now all going to be narrated, or if this is like specifically for Cypher.
Madam, what is a bundle of white silk's price?
Sir, only 2,000 Balus coins.
An honest price tag can only meager profit obtain.
If we keep selling cloth like this, we'll stay poor for the rest of our lives.
The girl complains to her grandmother while sprouting countless plots and petty tricks. The woman smiles and does not reply, only weaving with night-shaded silk a suave hooded robe for her little spark.
Why don't you take some of our goods and go into the city tomorrow to try out those pranks?
The mesmerizing moneyed charm of Dolo City turns minds and tongues into a whirlwind of confusion. Even the girl who prided herself on sharp ears and a clever tongue could not contend with the myriad of shifting faces before her. She returns penniless and furiously seethes.
I vow to the god of thieves that I will eventually empty those people's pockets.
Smiling, her grandmother stops her silk work and offers some dinner with humble dish.
Silly child, don't let Titans hear such vows and promises.
Yet when the moon rises, a magnificent pin graces the old lady's pale locks. The girl smiles at the old woman, now stunned in shock.
I actually did return with some cash.
The brilliance adorning her white hair drew all eyes, and its proud original owner arrived to stake their claim. The bet that the girl won with a brilliant trick is described as a thief's loot through lying schemes. The old woman, in her panic, shouldered the blame, confirming a sin that was but a fabrication.
By Dolos's laws, we must also execute all her family!
To protect the girl, the old woman reveals the final secret unseen.
She's not my family, but just an orphan picked from the street on a whim.
People thought this to be a lie, but the girl knows her grandmother cannot deceive, just like how she always glossed over questions about parents and kin.
Your parents went to a city-state far away.
The girl never bothered to unravel the threadbare lie.
Stop! Stop right there, you thief!
Run! Run as fast as you can! Cyphera!
The lies overthrow the shop and tear apart the good woman's good name, leaving the girl with guilt and grief. The hearth of her home was a lie, doused by another conceit. But if her sleight of hand had better skill, would it have made that fire burn forever? The girl pulls down the hood and sinks into the starless dark.
I vow to the god of thieves.
And from that day, she never left empty-handed, her words woven with deceit. However, back then, the girl did not realize that the people did not covet one simple pin, but the golden blood flowing beneath her skin.
I want to do Finance last. So we'll see if they're now narrated.
This world may contain thousands of ills, but the number of sufferers is countless, like ocean-going sails. The father and daughter who inherited the sky wander this land's paths, and throughout the cities, they heal the unwell.
heirs of the sky who once reveled in martial might, why do you now soothe the world's blistering blight?
The doctor responds with a smile as he cures the injury's agony.
Father, why did our ancestors revel in warlike might?
Because they only have a sorrowful past of lamenting wails.
Then why are we here, soothing the blight?
Because we have a future that needs protection still.
The priest who parts dusk from dawn collapsed the sky and sealed her wings, and dwells in a place where time itself mends, bearing the promise to return to the Zenith Supreme.
This is the Twilight Courtyard's story.
And the father tells his daughter the tale of their line, next to the bonfire lit in the wilderness where winds pine. Though he had told this story many times before, a light in the girl's eyes still shines.
Maybe I will return to the sky one day.
Or maybe that is not to be your fate.
The blessings of the sky were passed down through generations of their heirs. The brawn of the Titan who molded stars granted a boon fitting and fair. Perhaps the girl with heroic blood in her veins will be accompanied by thunderbolts and the sun's merciless glare. Childishly, she recited the words,
Oh sky, heed my wishes.
and thunder and heat did not descend. She only saw a sliver of gentle, warm flare, wiping away mortal exhaustion and others' tired airs. What a gentle blessing. All said that she must be a savior saint, bringing light to the land, even if faint. But where the girl's eyes often gazed was the wine-dark sky, gloomy and bleak.
The god is also sick.
That grand longing to save the world may be no more than the girl's feeble dream. But her father treated it as his greatest treasure, and taught her all the ways of potions and creams. That girl therefore always accompanied the gentle master of healing and repair. And she brought glowing faint light to the night, dispelling pains and mending the world's pitchy blight. Father and daughter often rested in the silent courtyard under the giant tree. Yet today, at that place, only one solitary figure can be seen. On that night, the healer spoke to a visitor throughout the night. On that morning, he bid farewell to his daughter for the first time. He will heal the ill at a faraway place where the end of days approaches and no family of his should follow.
You have learned the craft of healing and understood the blessing. But a light more radiant still is needed to heal the entire world.
The departed healer never returned, and the girl never left. And that rather lonely courtyard stayed silent as it was before.
So obviously the narrator sounds like Finon's voice, so it's interesting after Finon takes over the Flame Chase journey that the chapters of the different Chrysos heirs start being narrated by him, and also that Aglaya, to write her final chapter, was still being narrated by us and not by Finon.
There are no swords here, only farming tools.
Facing the ambitious boy, the shopkeeper kindly explained.
Even a rake would do. Let its worth be judged by the verses I etch upon the earth with it.
Many days later, the wounded child stood upon the scorched earth, and silently he buried the ruined tool. For that was his first sword. And on the day that the black tide came, he broke the shackles of fate with that weapon true.
Let go of my beard, you white-haired rascal!
No!
Fine! You win, okay?
That was the first victory claimed by the boy, a victory often mentioned in later years, and yet he never treated it with shame.
I understood something thanks to his beard.
The others hold their breath, waiting for his thoughts, but he only gives out one response.
The victor must stay focused, and success will come when you work on nothing else.
Those words became the foundation of his existence.
Knowledge is also a power used to smite.
While studying at the Grove of Epiphany, he etched this into his heart. So he devoured thousands of books, skimming through to glean the martial powers of might. But unenlightened wisdom is merely dust, and when the next calamity approaches, all he recalled is flight. Thus, his books are always worn into shreds, for each book was read endlessly till he remembered every detail slight. When first arriving at the Holy City, he was no more skilled than a soldier, except his ambition.
Even the deliverer from the sky must have their beginnings in the soil of the nations.
The elders in the holy city scorned, casting him into barracks in derision. But none expected this new recruit of unknown history made his name in one mission. Some asked him, which teacher caused such improvement? He answers with countless names, including the Inquirer's own.
Only one who treats the world as their teacher can bear its eventual destiny.
Those with golden blood are bound to succeed.
The golden heroes are born as gods, beloved.
Such words echo in the man's mind, yet he knows glory is not where the journey begins. He misses the buried rake, worshipped the enemy with the long beard, mended his tattered books, and polished the barracks' dust-covered gear.
What forges a hero is not destiny from above, but the long journey that follows.
Now he stands here and looks back, and his past twists into a winding path. The long road to the sky stretches ahead. And towards the blazing white sun, He pens down Deliverance's name.
I've heard that before. Reaching the end of their life, the followers of Minesto would offer their most beautiful creations. What would that be for Gaia? But she lost almost everything at the end of the story. Ah, now I understand. Kalis, you're right. Just like when tailoring clothes, loss actually makes what remains even more beautiful, doesn't it? Oh right, Kalis, are all the other stories you've experienced on your journey the same? Always growing more serious, never feeling at ease? I see. Then we must become the exception. After all, we promised to always remind each other to stay optimistic. Please remember that no matter what. In any case, I still remember all of this in my heart. After all, these stories deserve to be told and retold, right? Continue having to save up for my Finon supply. Alright everyone, that took a bit longer than I was expecting. That was almost 20 minutes of listening to narration. Alright, that will be all for today. Thank you all so much for popping by. We will see you all next week where we will continue on this flame chase journey. And hopefully Cypher will not leave us that quick. She only got introduced like half a patch ago. So I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Make sure to get some good sleep and make sure to keep some time for yourself. Bye everyone!